everyone, it's Desiree, and here I am with the first project. Now I actually was able to get done two, so we'll be able to see the second one very shortly. So today is Anthony Paper Crafts Projects Day. I just had to dig into the kits. I think these are a great idea. Again, whether we have our own stash or whether we don't, whether we just want to be able to create cards, this makes that easy. These are perfect for the beginner and the novice, or someone, I like to say someone who's been doing it for eons when it comes to card making. And you can see this is everything that comes into the kit, at least for this one. I chose the landscape. It just kind of called to me. Looking at each of the layers that are provided, they are perfectly cut to give you a 1/8 of an inch border frame around each other. So they really add dimension and just that little bit of oomph that goes around the image itself. To color my image, I chose to use my Altenew watercolor pencils, or the woodless pencils. This is actually the first time I'm using them. And in another video, I'll have more on them. So here you can see how easy it was to use the mats and just get those layered up onto the card base in no time. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to, these images, the way that they're stamped, they already have the detail. Now, what I mean by that is it's like a red rubber stamp. I like to say that when it comes to red rubber stamps. I'm not sure where I went here. Obviously, there we are. Okay. I'm not going to edit that out. So when it comes to red rubber, they are, for me, I love them because of the detail that they provide. Red rubber provides detail like no other stamp. Again, my opinion. I think these images here do the same thing. They show you where the shadows are. No matter what coloring medium you're using, you know where to put your darker colors. These type of stamps can actually help us to improve in our adding colors, adding details, and so forth to our image. So I really sped this up. I wanted you to see all of the coloring. And as I said, I'm using the Altenew Woodless Watercolor pencils. What I will say about these very quickly is they are extremely pigmented. But again, I will have more on these in another video. As I'm adding the color, you can see I'm following the detailed lines, the shading lines. I'm coming in with a brush with little water. I'm making sure I'm going into my pot of water, but taking a lot out because I don't want it to be too wet. Again, this ink will not smudge. I did not see it bleeding at all. What you have to remember is this is printed on regular cardstock, so it's not a watercolor paper. It's not a Bristol. Those two types of cardstock are made to take on water. Regular cardstock is not. It doesn't mean it can't take on some water. So that's why using very little on my brush. So I do not have much warping at all going on here because, again, I did not add an excessive amount of water. If I did, then we would have just had to have flattened out the card. Now, you can see I used these pencils two different ways. I'm using them, one, to go directly to paper with the pencil to add the color. And then I'm using the brush tip to the tip of the pencil itself to pick up the color. Now, going the brush to the tip of the pencil will give you a more intense look. It'll give you more pigment when it comes to that. when you add the pencil to the paper, I do it in layers if I don't have the right look off the bat. Here I'm just playing with some of the colors so that I can build up the sky. Just trying to get some colors to go down. You want to make sure that you don't add also too much water or put your brush back and forth on the paper too many times. I'll usually say overwork the paper because it will pill, meaning the fibers will break up and you'll get these little tiny balls, paper balls, on your piece. And that is how wonderful it is to make a card with these kits. Again, use your favorite medium. Use that to color these in. It takes no time at all. You can have a gorgeous card in no time for your recipient to celebrate anything. These are great for any occasion. I like the fact that there's no sentiment. Again, don't cover up all of that beautiful work. So as always, the link to Anthony's Papercraft Shop will be down below. I know some people are struggling. Don't get frustrated. It is a new platform that he's working with. So please be patient. Nothing is ever perfect in our world, but patience is. So just give him some time. He's going to keep an eye on the comments as always. So if I don't get back to you soon enough, I'm sure he will, to be able to answer all of your questions. So please make sure you check out his shop and all of the wonderful inspiration there. Continue to smile, have a few giggles, but remember what's most important. Always be creative. It's our year this year. Take care, everyone.